my word. Get up in their face, talk your shit, let your nuts drag, nigga. These niggas just running at they fucking mouth, man. Follow protocol, blood. Get in they fucking chest, nigga. We the fucking mob, nigga. These niggas bleed different. We don't bleed, nigga. We make niggas bleed, blood. Treyway.
These niggas said hurt me, I ain't heard you. Get the fuck up on my fucking face before I murder you. Bitch niggas always jacking blood, but I know they fool. Whole squad full of fucking killers, I'm a killer too. Selling shots, nigga. Everybody get pop, nigga. The people run, nigga. We selling shots, nigga. 6'9" this and 6'9" that. Niggas on my dick and on my yak. These niggas looking for me, you can hit my jack. I done dropped my address, I know it's 6'9" that. I'll flunk you, not to his back like he Baka. Not nice with the fucking topper. Pop him, scope on the nigga who shot ya. Drop him, somebody call his fucking doctor. Think I've been a pussy, bet that she get gussy. She want the whole game, bustin' all in her pussy. I want the drip while I get my dick licked. Little sick bitch, licking on my dick tip. She a freak hoe, fucker, she on beast mode. Arch your back, put your hands on your knees, ho. I'm on beast mode, shoot you through your peephole. Said he won't smoke, I don't really see it though. These niggas said it hurt me, I ain't heard you. Get the fuck up on my fucking face before I murder you. Bitch niggas always jacking blood, but I know they fool. Whole squad full of fucking killers, I'm a killer too. Selling shots, nigga. Everybody get pop, nigga. The people run, nigga. We sell shots, nigga.
No way, dude. No, we are not using 6ix9ine for the intro music. We'll talk about it after the video. What's up, guys? I'm Student Operator, and today we're going to be doing a review of Ferro Concepts FCPC. First order of business, as you guys know, is always the most messed up comment from the previous video. For those of you who are new here, drop a comment, the most messed up comment that still kind of relates to the video, and you get a shout out. If you're the most messed up, you get a shout out in the next video. So this one's going out to John Stamos. He said, Grand Thumb's special cousin is back at it again. Illy too, John. For real though, all you guys down in the comment section, I love you and you make this channel better than I can. So, as always, full transparency. I paid for this plate carrier myself. It was not given to me. I have no relationship with Ferro Concepts. And yeah, I bought it when it released and I've been running it ever since. And I'm finally ready to make the first YouTube video that is more than just an unboxing video on the FCPC. At the time of filming this, there are only 2 other YouTube videos about the FCPC V5. And I'm honestly not a real big fan of either of them. None of them really talk about using it. And I mean, I have used this hard, so I want to be able to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on it. I may only be a civilian, but I have run this thing extremely hard doing things in the civilian world.
Mac and cheese, one of my favorite recipes.
Okay, Joey, I took C. Joey, they're taking A. But as you guys who watch my videos know, I actually train a lot and I have beat the shit out of this thing. So first, a little bit of history on Ferro Concepts. They were founded in 2009, and in their words, they just can't leave the SF community alone. This is version 5 of the Ferro Concepts plate carrier that they've been trying to, it's their pursuit of the perfect plate carrier. So this comes as a base setup. So what Ferro Concepts means when they call something a base setup is it comes with the front bag, the rear bag, and the shoulder strap system. The Cummerbund you have to purchase separately, but that's good and bad because they have a whole bunch of different Cummerbund options that you can choose from. And there are third-party manufacturers making aftermarket cummerbunds that you can choose from if you're not super stoked on what Ferro makes. So just know that when you order this, you have to buy the cummerbund separately. We're gonna go over features really quick, because what you guys are probably here to see is how it has held up over time and what it's like to actually use it. So we're gonna go over the features real quick and then get into the more fun stuff. So in the front plate bag, we have a little admin pocket up here. It's great. You can hold your phone in there, any tools, stuff you need, your wallet, pack of smokes, chew, whatever you guys got. It's just a nice little pocket up there to hold whatever crap you need. On the front of that little pocket, there is a little patch of Velcro that also includes laser cut moly. So if you need to put any additional pouches up here or Velcro on your ID patches or a flag or whatever else, you can do so there. Moving down from there, we have the buckles. So you can clip in all of your super popular chest rigs and different placard options. However, Ferro Concepts is a huge fan of the G-hooks, so all of their placard options come with that. And they've created a better attachment system for their G-hooks. Right under here, there's a little flap. And underneath the flap, right here, right above your nipples, is little things that the G-hooks attach into, like a little loop meant to hold the G-hooks. So in doing that, when you're using Ferro Concepts placard options, it creates a much more streamlined, and they sit a little bit lower, which allows better access to anything you may have mounted up here. So I'm a really big fan of what they've done with utilizing this little flap to protect the G-hooks, as well as to be able to bump it down a little bit further. Moving down from there is just a large field of Velcro, and this is where your different placard or chest rig options will attach via the Velcro. I really like that they just went with Velcro because one, it keeps it really slim if you need to slim it down and not have anything up there. However, it also adds modularity for the end user to be able to pick what they want to put on it. One last thing on the front plate bag that is also going to transfer over to the rear plate bag is right here and here they have loops for routing your comms wires. So your radios for your push to talk and leading up to your headset, and the wires going from your radio to your push to talk. I'm not utilizing any of that yet, as I'm still currently working on setting up my own radio system, but just be aware that they do have integrated ways to mount your to route your comm wires. I don't feel like taking this thing off, so I'm going to talk about the rear plate bag, and I'm going to turn around slowly so that you can see it. The rear plate bag has laser cut moly going down the entire thing. It's great. The laser cut moly itself is very well done. I've seen some poor examples of laser cut moly and some great ones. This is up there pretty high with that. So they really did a good job with their laser cut moly. It also, like I said, includes the comms routing system, and it also includes zippers for their proprietary back panels. Proprietary, I hate that. I love modularity, and I love being able to pick and choose what pieces I want to use on my kit. I wish someone would just standardize a back panel design already so that I can add whatever back panel option to whatever plate care without having to use adapters. So here's your slow turnaround. One thing that I love about the rear plate bag is that it actually hides the cummerbund attachment. These are the same cummerbunds that are used with the Ferro Concepts Slickster, which, as you guys know, I've done a review on previously. One of the downsides with the Slickster's rear plate bag was that the Velcro for the cummerbund attachment was left exposed. This tucks it inside and keeps it protected to prevent dirt or anything from being able to weaken the Velcro over time. On the insides of both the front and the rear plate bag, they are slick, meaning that they forego the use of 3D mesh, which is great because I'm not the biggest fan of 3D mesh. If for whatever reason you're not wearing a shirt, 3D mesh can get a little abrasive. One thing that 3D mesh also does is adds just a little bit more thickness. So if you're trying to conceal a plate carrier or keep it more low profile or slick, not having 3D mesh is kind of what you want. The other thing that I hate about 3D mesh is that it really soaks up the water, and it can, if you're out in the rain or if you get your plate carrier wet, it can soak that water up and add to the weight of what you're carrying, which I don't think I have to tell you why that's not ideal. However, this thing, I went and shot a tactical 2-gun match in a thunderstorm, and the plate carrier never got any significantly heavier, and in fact it dried out incredibly quickly due to the material that they made it out of and how it was designed. I'm a really big fan of how Ferro Concepts designed the shoulder strap system. It gives you a lot of mobility and freedom of movement, but also supports the weight of the plates very, very well. The way that they did that was one side of your shoulder strap attachment has a cobra buckle, and the other side has a swivel D-ring made out of, I believe it's aluminum, but don't quote me on that. I didn't look it up, and I probably should have. However, I have my D-ring over here, and it's covered by the shoulder strap, so you guys can't see it. But I'm sure if you're looking to buy this plate carrier, you're going to watch the other reviews that basically just show you how to put it together. So, this D-ring up here gives you a lot of movement. So this arm, I'm moving a whole lot in bringing up the carbine. And with having the circular loop up here, it really gives you a lot of flexibility in the shoulder pads, and they move with you and don't fight you. This side is a cobra buckle for a fast release, which I could kind of care less about, but that's something that a lot of people are really after. So it's kind of cool if you need to be able to get the carrier off quick. You can rip off one side of the cummerbund, clip the cobra buckle, and you're out of your plate carrier. So that's a feature that a lot of people like, but it's not one that I typically use. The inside sections of both the front and the rear plate bags have a small section of tweed material. It's kind of elastic in nature, and what that does is it helps the front and rear plate bags to conform to a wide variety of plate shapes and thicknesses. The plates that I have in here are hefty boys. They are 10 by 12 inch, and then they're an inch thick. So they're kind of on the bigger side for a lot of plates that you see civilians using. However, the plate carrier, I had no issues putting them in, unlike with the original Slickster that I reviewed where I had to wrestle those things into the plate carrier. These, putting them in was incredibly simple and pain-free, and the stitching, which is very high quality on this plate carrier, hasn't shown any signs of loosening or stretching. So this carrier does a really, really good job at accepting a lot of different plate sizes. So the specific cummerbund that I have is the Carry Elastic cummerbund. It has 3 pockets going along the side of the plate carrier. I actually think it has 4, and one of them is tucked up into the rear plate bag because I'm a skinny boy. And they are perfect sizes for magazines, some smaller radios, some smaller med kits, different odds and ends that you would need to have in them, or a motor 8-pounder. Ferro Concepts also makes some other cummerbund options that if you need something a little bit more covert than that, or even a little bit more overt, they have options that will suit you. This is the only one that I have, so this is the only one that I'm going to talk about. But I am pretty interested in their 3-inch assault cummerbund that's designed to support weight and also gives you the ability to use side plates if that's something that you need. There are also a lot of aftermarket manufacturers making cummerbund options for the Ferro Concepts Slickster. You can get skeletonized Molly cummerbunds if you want, and they also have some options that use the first spear tubes. So just know that if you're not happy with the options that Ferro Concepts gives you for cummerbunds, there is an aftermarket. So we're on to the part you guys care about. What's it like to actually use this thing? It has been absolutely fantastic. In all honesty, I've worn, not every plate carrier on the market, but I've worn a good handful of different plate carriers. This one is by far my favorite so far. It supports the weight incredibly well. The Slickster didn't do that the best. It did a really good job at what it was designed for, but when it came to wearing the plate carrier for long periods of time, it kind of sucked after a while. Like, I'd already be ready to take that off. And this thing, I can wear this for hours, and I have. I really like the fact that Ferro Concepts designed this to be a compact plate carrier, but also full featured at the same time. It's very versatile, modular, and scalable, which is perfect for what most civilians would want out of a plate carrier, because not every situation is going to be exactly the same. You could be in a situation where there are riots in your neighborhood and you want to throw this thing on under a just light jacket or a raincoat or something and be able to get the hell out of Dodge. But then there are also situations where you might want to scale this thing up and have something for direct action. So I really appreciate the design that went into this. Still be compact and concealable if you need it to be, but also you can change like 2 things and go on a raid. For that reason, I think that this is a pretty good option for plate carrier, especially for civilians, where if you're preparing for a shit hits the fan situation and you think I might need something that's concealable, or I might need to have something a little bit more high profile, this does both. And also, like I said, it's very easy to still shoulder a rifle. You still have a lot of room in the shoulder pocket, even though they redesigned the shoulder straps from the Slickster. Unfortunately, nothing in life is absolutely perfect. And there are 2 things that I feel like this plate carrier could do a little bit better on. The first one is the shoulder straps themselves. As much as I love how they work, they're a bit sharp on your neck. Just due to the way that the material is cut and sewn in, it can be pretty abrasive on your neck. Now, there's an easy and pretty cheap solution to this, and that is the shoulder pads that Ferro Concept designed for this plate carrier. They're actually designed for it, and they are just a little sock that goes over the shoulder strap itself, gives you a little bit of padding, and takes away the sharpness. That, I believe, is an absolute must if you have this plate carrier. The other thing is also about the shoulder straps, and that is for a lot of us skinnier folks out there, it doesn't get quite as tight in the shoulder straps as far as the adjustability go as I would like. Because if I want to have my front plate where it's supposed to be, my rear plate sits a little bit lower on my back than I would like it to be. Now, maybe that's my fault. I'm a skinny little bitch, so, you know, sometimes we gotta deal with things like this. But I would like if it had a little bit more range for adjustment so that I can make it absolutely perfect for me. Overall, this thing is a fantastic plate carrier. I have nothing bad to say about it in the world. It does everything that I want it to. And the price point is, I mean, it's a little bit higher than most people who are casually into guns would want to spend. However, if this is something that you're going to use frequently, I very highly recommend it. This is an awesome plate carrier. So absolutely, if this is something that interests you, go buy it, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. So thank you guys for watching. I was hoping to be able to keep this video under an hour, and I think I hit that mark. Sorry for the last one, guys, but I hope you found the thorough information in that video. We got a lot of cool stuff coming in future videos. We got reviews on HKs, EOTechs. We have a lot of really cool stuff coming, some stuff from Spirited Systems. So please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, drop a comment, and hit that little bell notification icon. Once in a while I do little fun giveaways where, like with this video, the first person to drop a comment is getting a free sticker. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. Take it easy.